All right, welcome. Thanks for logging in. And today I'm going to show you two things, difference between print and println, and also how to format decimal numbers to a certain number of decimal places. Okay, and as you see here, it's going to look something like this, but for our purposes, let's get started. So let's create a new Java folder and call it formatting numbers. And remember, don't create any modules. Okay. Now let's find our and create a new class. And for this class, let's call it df. Right. And reason why we're calling df rather than decimal format is because the name is actually reserved. So our class won't actually work if we were to name it. All right. Now I'm going to bring in two lines. I shall bring in the whole line from the other class. Paste them in, and let's run it. All right, so a lot of things has happened here. But if you notice, this first line here is a dot print, and it says whatever text comes next will be printed on the same line. And then if you notice, when we look at the output down here, everything was printed on one line, right? And that's because it was used a dot print. Whereas this line here, this dot println, what came next, the text that came next will be printed on a new line, which is here at the bottom. Okay, so that's something very subtle, print and println. For the rest of the video, I'll use println, but that print can be useful, especially when it comes to formatting. All right, so if you look at our double here, it has many decimal places, but what if we'd like to format that to decimal places? Well, I'm going to show us one way to do that today. So we can do import java.txt dot decimal format. Great. So we've imported it just like we would a scanner. And just like a scanner, we need to create a decimal format object, our object. So we create that by saying decimal formats, and I'll call this df equals new decimal format. And now the important part is going to be within these brackets here. So if we wanted to format to two decimal places, we would just put in 0.00 and with quotations around it. All right. Now, if you recall, num1 originally had this many decimal places. I haven't counted. Let's now apply decimal format to it, and we'll see what it looks like. So text will say this is the number using decimal formats. Great. And then the way that we apply this is by saying df dot formats. So that this is what triggers and activates the decimal format. And then in the brackets, open round bracket, close round bracket, put num1. Semicolon. Now let's take a look. Oh, and you can add this after. I forgot to put them in, but you can put in a space after formats. Right, and there we have it. So this decimal format rounded it to 2 decimal places, and now we end up with 7.78. Okay, so if you have any questions, if you're in my class, please let me know. Otherwise, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.